Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Kaz and I'm an intuitive and a healer. In today's video we're going to look at what our body is trying to tell us. So I've been in the situation recently where I've really been examining my body processes, and I'm quite amazed at how many things I attributed to one thing and they're actually something else is going on. So I thought it might be nice to just go in intuitively and have a look at what's happening to your body and maybe some of the things it's trying to tell you that you're not noticing. So there's 3 piles to choose from. Pile 1 with the Citrine, pile 2 with the Adventurine, pile 3 with the Celestite. So go ahead and choose your group. The timestamps will be down below and I will see you at your reading. Group 1, welcome to your reading. I'm just going to channel through your stone here. Okay, I'm getting a lot of back pain with you, and I'm feeling that this might actually be a back injury, or it might be that it's just a little bit sore at the moment. For some of you, I'm feeling it at the base of your spine. For others, I'm feeling it all the way along your spine and into your neck. Some of you may have had a whiplash injury. Some of you may have had a fall or an impact injury. Or some of you may just be super tight around there from repetitive use. I feel that for a lot of you, this back pain, particularly if it's around your shoulders and your middle back, this is about you feeling overburdened by life at the moment. And you may even be getting pain, particularly into your left shoulder. Some of you for your right shoulder, but I'm feeling it's going into your shoulders and into your arms as well. And it's the feeling of having to carry everything at the moment. So what your angel team are suggesting here is to actually let go of some of your burdens. Now, you may need to take some time to do this, and you may need to shake some of this energy off, because I feel like a lot of what you're carrying isn't actually yours. So this can be physical burdens where you are financially supporting people or physically supporting people, that it's really up to them to do that for themselves, but you're doing it for them. So that could be what's going on. For some of you, you could be carrying other people's energy, and if you're also feeling it in your left hip, that's definitely what's going on. You're carrying other people's energy here and it's not yours. So good spiritual hygiene here is to shake it off every day. So just get outside in nature and ask your spirit team to help you dump this energy, because it's not yours. If you work in somewhere like healthcare or social work, or somewhere that you're dealing with a lot of emotional, a psychologist, a lot of emotional energy, it's recommended here that when you come home from work, or before you actually get home from work, you do the dumping. And then if you still feel a little bit overburdened, get in a shower with a salt scrub. Scrub yourself up with salt and then let it wash down the drain. Or get in a pool, or go for a swim in the ocean, or get in a bath. So that you don't carry it into your personal life, because what I feel has happened with you in particular, as part of the group that's carrying other people's emotional burdens, is that this is built up over time, and you will have to work at it every single day for a couple of weeks before you feel any relief. And then once you feel the tightness across your shoulders and your back and your hip releasing, you will know that you're starting to really let go of this stuff. For those of you who are feeling a lot of tightness around your lower back, or you've got an injury there, that can often indicate financial pressure. And what I'm being told to tell you here is there's really nothing to worry about, and what you're worrying about isn't actually your worry. I don't know if that makes sense to you. The energy that I'm getting is I'm seeing the news, and you know, a lot of the news is about financial pressure, the financial pinch, money this, there's lack of this, there's lack of that, scarcity mindset. So I feel that for most of you, you're worrying over nothing, and this worry is actually causing physical pain within you. Some of you do have to look at your finances, particularly if you've got a bit of a credit card debt, is what I'm hearing. And I feel that by getting that debt down, your back pressure will release, because subconsciously you're worried about that. And I feel for some of you, actually, you do like to spend, and you're quite impulsive with spending, and I feel that's a bit of a lesson you need to learn here. But know that your back pain, particularly if it's on the left, I'm feeling, is related to that. Left lower back. Yeah, they're just reminding me of something. So when I came back from being in Europe for 4 weeks and I was in the supermarket, I was looking at how much prices had changed and gone up, and I was getting really, really anxious. And I was thinking, I don't normally get anxious about these things, but what I was doing was reading everyone's energy in the supermarket. So if you are prone to carrying other people's energy, when you go into places like the supermarket, protect yourself before you go in, because there is a lot of anxiety going on in the community about how the cost of living, and it's not yours to carry. We are all abundant, we are all prosperous. We are not meant to live in poverty, and that may be hangovers from past lives, it may be hangovers from what we were taught as children. It may be hangovers from what society is telling us. Find a really good manifestation teacher that you resonate with to do with prosperity, and that will help. I'm getting that there may be 1 or 2 of you who've had like a protrusion injury where something has gone into your back, and it may not even be this lifetime. You may have been speared or something in another lifetime and you've always had pain in that area. What I'm getting is to just send love to that area. Love is the highest vibration of all. So even if you can't pinpoint what any of this energy is for anything, just send love to the area, and keep doing that twice a day for 5 minutes, and eventually it will release, because lower vibration energy cannot live in a state of love. So that's all I have for you, group 1. I hope that resonated. I will see you in my next video. Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Okay, what I'm feeling with you as a group is a lot of anxiety, a lot. Now, for some of you, I feel like you're just trying to push this away and you're trying to ignore it and get on with things. But what I'm feeling is this is emotion from many, many years ago that has been suppressed, and that's why it's coming up, and it's coming up thick and fast now because it needs to be cleared. And I know this can be incredibly challenging and a little scary, but these emotions need to come out, because what it's doing is it's really blocking your digestion, and it's also having a big effect on your thought patterns. You may find yourself having a lot of outbursts or being angry for no reason. You may find yourself feeling very, very low in mood with nothing really triggering it. But know that there is something triggering it. It's its old emotions, these old wounds that are coming up to be released. You may need some professional help with this, or it may be something that you, if you're spiritual and you like that sort of thing, you can do with your spirit team. Archangel Raphael can come in if you call Archangel Raphael to help you with this. Archangel Michael as well, because I feel that you need to be protected at times. Yeah, it's quite a deep feeling and quite a deep energy, and I feel it really just below my rib cage, certainly solar plexus. It may have really thrown your confidence too. I feel that perhaps when you were a little bit younger, you were a little bit more carefree because you'd kind of push these things down. Some of you might have dealt with it with drugs or alcohol as well, or food or other addictions, because you just didn't want to face it. And I feel that once you face whatever this is, and it would be many different things for many different people, you will come out on top. It will almost be like the sun comes out after it's been night for a really long time, and things will really open up for you, and it'll be like a new path will be there. But I feel like these things need to be addressed before that can happen. You may have already done some work on this, and I feel like perhaps you've chipped away at the edges, but there's a little nugget there of emotion that just needs to come out. And it may be that you just need a big cry to feel some release. And I know that we're conditioned not to cry in our society for a lot of us, especially as children. We're told, there, don't cry. But crying is a release of emotion. We cry out in pain when we suddenly step on something sharp. You know, it is an emotional release. If you feel that you're not at the point that you can cry, you can write things down and write them out. And you may need to do this for a month. And once that month is up, so let's say 30 days, write out how you feel for 30 days, and what you might find over those 30 days is those feelings become less intense. Maybe you can rate them out of 10. After 30 days, they'll become less intense. But what you do after those 30 days is burn what you've written out, because it no longer belongs to you. You may not be done after 30 days, but that's okay. Just record what the intensity was. Burn the previous 30 days and then start a new 30-day round. And just keep doing that for 30 days at a time until you feel that this energy is out. You may actually find that it triggers other things that come up, and that's okay because they're there to be released. Now, if you resonate with being a light worker, this is really important work at this point in time. We are going through an ascension. And in order to do that and to become new, higher, enlightened beings on planet Earth, we need to let go of this past misery, because that's what it is. And if we go back to our spiritual selves, it doesn't mean anything. We are free, we are joyous, we are prosperous. And that's our natural state. So there's some homework for you, Group 2. I'm sorry if it sounded a little bit bossy, but that's the way the energy was coming through. Thanks for joining me today. I will see you next time. Group 3, welcome to your reading. I'm just going to tune into your crystal here. Okay, I'm getting with this group, you may have experienced a lot of headaches or a lot of sinusitis or a lot of jaw pain, something to do with the head, a lot of eye problems, maybe a lot of throat problems, recurrent infections, ear infections, headaches. A lot of dry eyes, maybe allergy symptoms. A lot going on in the head anyway, and the throat. So I'm sensing two types of things here. I'm sensing you're either the type of person who does not speak up, or you're the type of person who has a lot of thoughts running around in your head, and you're always in your head. And what this is doing is actually creating a bit of a backlog of energy. Now, for some of you, this is related to digestion as well, particularly if you're getting allergy symptoms. And you may really need to look into what food you're putting into your body, because I feel that for a lot of you it's food, for some of you it might be airborne sensitivities. If you resonate with not speaking your truth, this is a challenge for your lifetime. And it may be that in previous lifetimes you spoke your truth and you're punished for it. And your angels are telling me that that slate has now been wiped clean, so there's no longer any need to carry that energy. For those of you who are conditioned not to speak up from family, or this is a family pattern of behaviour, they're telling me that this now needs to be released. Because everyone has the right to speak their truth and to speak honestly, even if others don't agree with it. And that pattern of behaviour, it's holding you back in life. And if it hasn't already, eventually it will cause problems in your throat, your mouth, or your jaw. So if you're someone that has hypo or hyperthyroidism, there's already a sign that this is causing you physical problems. If you have a lot of dental issues, this is already a sign that it's causing you a lot of problems. It's challenging to start speaking your truth if you haven't for a very long time. But what it will do is actually loosen up the energy in the area. You can also do some chakra meditations for the throat chakra, but I feel that the physical action of actually speaking up and saying how it is for you, from the way you see things, is what's going to improve this condition. Of course, support it physically as you normally would, but it will help your throat because it's stuck energy and it's been there for many, many years. Typically we see this in older people, but we're starting to see it in people who are younger as well. And yes, there's some mineral deficiencies associated with this and other things going on. But the primary issue from a very young age was not speaking up. Now, before we go to school, we're often in situations where we say whatever we want, and then our parents, first of all, start to tell us, oh, you better not say that because, or, you know, it's rude to say that or whatever. And we start being censored from a young age. And then when we get to school, we're told we can only speak at these times and not to chatter away when class is in session and things like that. So we start modulating from a young age how we speak and how we talk up and how we express ourselves. And some of you might have learnt some really hard lessons around this. And so that pattern of not speaking up is really ingrained. There's a dog barking in the distance as we're talking about speaking up. Quite funny. So for those of you who don't speak up or have problems with your throats, that's the advice there, is to start speaking up. If you do find it challenging and you find yourself literally not able to say what you need to say, write it out because you are expressing it, but also practice saying it. And it is tricky. I've certainly had this problem myself. But put on your big girl pants or your big boy pants and do it. And you may need to keep practicing this because it has become a habit. For those of you who have problems with your eyes or incredibly dry eyes, I feel that there's something that you really don't want to see in life, and this has been a bit of a pattern of behaviour over time. You may have wanted everything to be completely rosy and happy and the same and not change for a long time, and you're trying really hard to control your environment to ensure this is the way it stays. what you will find is the universe keeps challenging this. And so you'll find that your environment gets shaken up bigger each time because there's something that you're not seeing here. And it may be something to do with your past. It often is to do with our childhood, something you didn't want to see. I feel like there's a lot of emotion around this and a lot around your heart space. So it may have been a relationship that caused you to always want to look on the bright side of life. And it's wonderful looking on the bright side of life. It really is. However, some of the old pain still needs to be released from within you. Yeah, I honestly feel with this group, your eyes are incredibly tired too. So if you work with computers a lot, it might be worth getting some of those coloured glasses or trying to step away from the computer as much as possible because your eyes are really struggling at the moment. You're also needing to sleep more, I feel, for this group. You're very affected by blue light, so definitely don't use blue light before bed. Yeah, I'm hearing the screens. Let go of the screens. Let go of the screens. Because that will really help. For those of you who get sinusitis and headaches, I feel that you're in a lot of thought loops. A lot of thought loops here that need to be released. And I'm feeling that in order to do that, you need to get outside and ground yourself more often. Get your bare feet on the earth at least a couple of times a day for at least 5 minutes. Sit on the earth. Now, if you're in a place where it's incredibly cold or incredibly hot, you may need to try and work your way around this. But in order to get out of your head, you need to get fully into your body and really connect with your body. And a good way to do that is to connect to Mother Earth. You may be a group that has a lot of different diverse symptoms all over your body. And the advice here is to keep a record of what's going on. So put it in your phone or write it down. You know, on this day I had a pain in my left knee. On that day I had a pain in my right hip. Because there is a lot of random stuff like that going on. And what you might see is patterns. Now, if you're a very energy-orientated person, it's a really good idea to clear your chakras on a daily basis. But also, when you do feel random symptoms like that, it's energy that's stuck there. So go in and explore. What's this energy? You just ask the question to yourself. It'll eventually come. What's this stuck energy in my left knee? What's this stuck energy in my right hip? Do one at a time until you get the answer. And just then imagine once you have the answer, sending it love and then letting it flow out of your body. I'm feeling the heart chakra very strongly with this. So there may be some stuck energy around your heart from a past relationship or a past wound that really just is sort of leaking, if you like. And as it's releasing, you're feeling a backlog of energy from other areas, and that's why you're getting these random symptoms all over your body. So that's all I have for you, Group 3. Hope that resonated with you. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video.